Hi, welcome back. In this video, I'll be comparing the four latest Roborock models, namely the E4, S5 Max, S6 Pure, and S6 MaxV. These robots represent the different options available at varying price levels. The E4 is the least expensive option and the latest in the E-series line, while the S6 MaxV is the most expensive with the LiDAR and camera combo. It's the only option of the four that can detect and avoid obstacles. So this video will be an overview of these four Roborock options. We'll be looking at the similarities, differences, and such. Plus, I'll be sharing the results of the navigation tests after the latest firmware update with the S6 MaxV, if this update has improved obstacle avoidance. I've linked to the individual product reviews in the description below. Check those out for more detailed information about these Roborock products. So let's start with the similarities. These four products retain the same round shape as with other Roborock robot vacuums. The design underneath is also identical with a single side brush and one main brush that sits in the middle. Please note that all the latest Roborock options have the all-rubber side brush, which I think will hold up better in the long term compared to the bristle brush. If you own an older model like the S5, these newer brushes are backward compatible. Another similarity, at least with the S-series robots, is LiDAR. This laser sensor continually fires signals in a 360-degree pattern around the robot to determine the shape of the room, potential obstacles, and pinpoint its location on the map. The E4 doesn't have LiDAR but relies on two gyroscopes and an optical LED sensor Roborock calls the optic eye to track distance. Regardless, all these robots have smart navigating algorithms that can clean multiple rooms with minimal risk of getting lost. The S-series in particular remembers the exact placement of the charging base and has a high level of accuracy in finding it. The E4 doesn't have this level of precision, but in my tests didn't have any issues in finding the dock. While all these robots navigate in straight lines, the E4 is different. It starts cleaning the middle portions of the room first before going to the edges. The S-series robots do the opposite and start cleaning the perimeter first before moving to the middle sections. Also, these robots are more thorough and can go over the area up to 3 times. One feature I like is the ability to control the number of passes, so you can choose between 1 to 3 passes or cleanups by tapping on this icon. The S6 MaxV recently got an update and these are the enhancements. Most notable is the remote viewing feature that enables users to see what the robot sees through the front-mounted camera. Roborock says that this technology is certified by TÜV Rheinland to have a high cybersecurity and privacy protection level. To enable this feature, there is a two-factor authentication which allows users to make a conscious choice on whether or not they want to enable this function. This shows that Roborock is pretty serious about data security, so you can read more about this in my blog, which I'll link to below. Other improvement points with the update is the enhanced obstacle avoidance, so I tested it on several objects like these toys and wires. Overall, it has improved as the robot was able to detect and avoid bumping into these objects head-on. It slows down and may nudge it, but it eventually moves around these obstacles. However, there are blind spots and the robot will still run into these objects if it falls into those blind spots, so it cannot avoid them completely yet because of it. All four use the same 5200 mAh lithium-ion battery, so all these robots will run for an extended period and combined with the smart navigation can clean large homes. The E4 will run the furthest up to 200 minutes in quiet mode, while the other three will run for up to 180 minutes. All options also have the recharge and resume feature, plus a smart top-up, so just in case the battery runs low and hasn't finished cleaning the area, it will recharge to 80% and resume cleaning automatically where it stopped. If you look at the Roborock website, the S6 MaxV has the most suction at 2,500 pascals, while the S5 Max, S6 Pure, and E4 all have 2,000 pascals. However, with the airflow test, the E4 recorded the highest scores of the four options here, which was a surprise. I did the test up to 3 times and the results were consistent. The high airflow of the E4 didn't translate well in the cleaning tests, where it had the lowest average score. Of the 4 robots, the S5 Max scored the highest in the surface and deep cleaning tests with an average of 94.68%. It also did the best in the deep cleaning test with an average pickup of 84.75%. The E4 did the worst with a 69.83% score. One reason why the E4 didn't do as well as the S-series robot is the lower number of passes. On average, it will go around the area twice, whereas the S-series robots will go around as much as 3 times. All robots did well with surface debris. These machines were able to pick up stuff, small and large, without any big issues. Passes were clean even in the lower power settings. In the sand on hard floor test, it was very close. All 4 scored above 99% on average. The S6 Pure was the winner in this category with a 99.86% score. With the hair wrap test, the S5 Max did the best with the least amount of hair wrapping on the brush, while the E4 did the worst. In the edge cleaning test, the S5 Max and S6 MaxV were the winners, leaving the least amount of debris in this area. All options had mop attachments, so you'll be able to use these robots for mopping floors in addition to vacuuming. But only the S5 Max and S6 MaxV come with the electronic water tank that has a larger water capacity and the ability to control the flow of water electronically. The S6 MaxV tank can hold the most water with a 297 milliliter capacity, while the E4 and S6 Pure only holds up to 180 milliliters. These electronic tanks have a spring-loaded system that keeps a constant downward pressure of 300 grams so the pad stays connected to the floor at all times. So the results were above average in the mopping tests I did. The S5 Max and the S6 Max V did the best with the red wine and grape juice stains and left minimal residue. The E4 and S6 only come with gravity tanks with two levels of adjustments. The lack of an electronic control hinders its performance on sticky stains like red wine and leaves more residue. I would not recommend using any of these robots on wet messes as water can seep through the electronic parts and potentially damage the robot. Also avoid using cleaners inside these tanks, especially with the electronic tanks, as chemicals from these products could damage the electronic components inside. These robots aren't noisy. All options range between 52 and 65 decibels, so there won't be any problem using this robot, even if your children are playing or if you're working at home. All these robots have the same diameter at 12.24 inches. The E4 without the lighter cover is shorter, measuring only 3.5 inches tall, versus the S-series robots that measure 4 inches tall. This enables the E4 to go underneath furniture with at least 3.8 inches of clearance, something that's not possible with any of the S-series robots. All these products are compatible with the Xiaomi Home app, and with the exception of the E4, compatible with the Roborock app. These apps have similar interfaces and menu layouts. When you put these apps side by side, you can hardly see any difference. However, there are variations, one of which is the ability of the Xiaomi Home app to name rooms, so you can use the Xiaomi app with a device like Alexa and say, "Roborock, clean the dining room." The Roborock app doesn't have this feature, so you'll have to tap a room on the map to enable selective room cleaning. All S-series robots have access to advanced features like the no-go zone, invisible wall, and zone cleaning. However, only the S5 Max and S6 Max V versions have access to the no-mop zone, which is similar in terms of functionality to the no-go zone. Spare parts for Roborock products like brushes and extra filters are widely available in online stores like Amazon, which makes it a viable option if you want a robot vacuum for the long term. Harder to find parts like the battery are found in online stores like AliExpress. I'll link to all of these parts in the video description below. So this concludes my comparison for these robots. Each model brings something unique to the table. The E4 is the cheapest and I'd say a step above most other options in its price range when it comes to navigation and the advanced scheduling features in the app. The S5 Max is the best performing robot overall in the cleaning and mopping tests. It scored the highest of the four in the surface debris pickup and deep cleaning tests. The S6 Pure is a good less expensive alternative to the other S-series robots if you don't need the mopping feature. It cleans almost as well with surface debris as the S5 Max and S6 Max V, but it doesn't have the electronic water tank. And the S6 Max V is the most high-tech option capable of avoiding certain obstacles with its front-mounted camera and artificial intelligence. However, the technology isn't perfect as the robot won't avoid objects completely if it's within the blind spot zone. If you have any questions about these products, please leave them in the comment section and I'll answer them ASAP. For more information about these robots, I'll post links to the reviews below. Don't forget to like and subscribe if this video has been helpful to you. Thanks again for watching and I'll see you in the next video.